Hi, I'm CJ Altenberg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We appreciate you tuning in. So we've got a brand new 24 model Cimarron Lonestar Stock Combo sitting behind me. We are on to the 24 models. They've started in production May 1st, so we're starting to get a couple months into the new model year as far as that's concerned, but it is pretty cool to see some of these 24 models starting to hit the actual lots themselves. So this is a 20-foot stock combo, like I mentioned, brand new trailer. We'll go ahead and take a look at the drawing of it because I want to show you just kind of how the trailer's laid out. So on this one, it's going to have a front tack room on a slant wall with the center gate matched on a slant as well. We'll show you that when we get into the actual stall area. We're 20 foot on the floor. We're standard 6'10" wide and standard 7'1" tall. Those are the standard options and dimensions on a Cimarron when you start to build them. But on these stock combos, probably one of the most versatile trailers that you can find out there on the market. And they're really sought after. And as I walk through this, you'll understand why. But this is a great trailer to haul some livestock, haul some horses, even potentially haul some toys. But again, you've got the capability to have a tack room, go ahead and seal and lock everything up as far as that's concerned. But on these Cimarrons, you're looking at all aluminum construction. We'll talk about the flooring. It's the best flooring on the market, an insulated roof standard on every one of them. But they really do separate themselves, especially when you look at these trailers and you look at the fit and finish on them when it's all said and done. 8-year structure warranty, 3-year hardware. So that's from hitch to bumper, covered for 3 years. And then even on their tires, the tires are covered for 1 year, no questions asked. That is from Lion's Head, who is Cimarron's vendor for wheels and tires. So they really stand behind the product themselves. But let's get into the trailer itself and just kind of start looking at a couple options on it. Underneath the gooseneck, you're just gonna notice just a manual hand crank jack. If you want to upgrade to a hydraulic jack, our parts and service department can help you out. We've done a couple steps working with Cimarron to just basically make it a little bit easier process if you're wanting to upgrade to a hydraulic jack. One is this spare tire was always located down low. If you look at the way the trailer's constructed and the angles of everything, it would be down a little bit. You kind of had to work around it a little bit more, but we'd have to relocate this when we wanted to put a hydraulic jack on it. Because of the footprint of the actual jack itself, it'd be too down, it'd be too low, and it would interfere with it, so we'd have to move it up. This is now standard, up out of the way. When we get into our 7'6", 8-foot wide, it's not as big of a deal because the box is wider, so this spare tire can sit down a little bit lower if need be. But you've got aluminum spare, again, located up high out of the way if you wanted to upgrade. The other thing is the bars that we need for an aluminum battery box are already included on this as well. So these are pieces that we would have to just extra steps if you wanted to add that hydraulic jack. Well, it took more time, cost you more money. Relocate this up. Go ahead and weld these bars on there in order to accommodate for that battery box. So now these are standard. So now you have this. So if you want to upgrade, it's a real simple process. Jack handle has a good place to store out of the way. You just want to make sure it's down in there, not kind of set out like that. Make sure it's just secure down into that actual storage position. Now, one thing I'll point out before we wander off the front end of this, if we look up at the top rail, this is now standard on 24 models, is the 3-button marker lights on the nose itself. A lot of times we go in and add these on, you know, custom order trailers or certain trailers. Now it's a standard option. Cimarron's gone in and done that. On this, you're gonna have the stainless nose as well. I think it cleans up a lot easier than if it was just the color match as far as that's concerned with bugs, just rock dings, those type of items there. You're also gonna get a B&W coupler. That is rated at 25,000. They actually ended up at B&W kind of looking at some of their robotic welders. They got talking. This has been redesigned a couple times, but it's nice to have an American-made product. This B&W hitch actually on these, rated for 25K. This is a newer design. The last couple of years, you'd notice we wouldn't have this lower hole, and then it had a much higher handle on it as well. But what we wanted is on not so much this trailer, but on our big trailers. you know, big living quarters, big stock trailers, big trailer trailers that you're pulling with a hauler or even a semi, we had to get a different hitch in order to get it up high enough to make sure it's level, because those trucks sit a little bit higher. So Cimarron got with B&W, redesigned this, a lower profile handle. We can get the additional hole. So if we need to get it up into this sleeve a little bit more, we've got that capability. And then talk about 3 locking points. I want you to, it's a real small thing, but as you're looking at other trailer manufacturers, just look at that. There's a few that might have this type of a setup, but a lot of them might have just 1 locking bolt and a pin. We're talking 2 locking bolts and a pin, so 3 anchor points on those hitches. Now this one is a silver metallic sheeted trailer. As we get kind of to the end, I'll get it shut up so you can really kind of see that a little bit more. But it works really good in today's just, you know, color designs and the options on a lot of the trucks. If you get in the right angle and the right sunlight, you'll see those metallic flakes. So it's a good looking trailer. It's a different silver than you'd see in the past. I am not a fan of some of the old silvers out there. After about 5 to 6 years, they'd get a white kind of just chalky look to them. Not on these. This is a really good color, and it'll hold up really well. So really cool to have that silver. White is standard. If we jump into one of these color options, it is an upcharge. But again, this is a good looking trailer from that standpoint. So this is the ready to go package. That's what it's called. So we have a 3.5 foot short wall, 4 foot offset. But what we're gonna look at in here is just kind of the standard as far as what's concerned. We got this nice big wide 42-inch door. On it, you're gonna have, on a gas shock, a 4-tier blanket pole rack, brush tray, throw some brushes, some hoof picks, you know, fly sprays, any ointments, anything like that is nice to be able to throw right in there and secure. But the main reason why we need this 42-inch wide door is we have a swing out saddle rack. Now it's in right now, I'll swing it out here in a second, but I want you to notice on this 42-inch wide door, even when it's in or when I swing it out, there's still room for you to get in and out of the tack room. Some manufacturers will have enough room, probably not enough in my opinion, for the door frames, for saddles to drag when you open it. But when it's out, you can't even get into the tack room. So whether this is in or out, this saddle rack, I can still get in and out of this tack room itself. So 4-tier blanket pole rack. So we've got the 4 pads on there. These are all adjustable as well. So if I wanted to change sequencing, if I wanted to space them out, maybe I only need to haul 2-3 saddles, I can actually remove these and get them out of the way. But now we've got the capability. Saddles are right here for us. It's on a gas shock as well, so it swings in. But mainly what I want you to pay attention to is look at the clearance we have on the door frame versus the actual pads themselves. Now you throw a big Western saddle on there, anything like that, you know, we're not getting into that door frame and it's dragging across them. You have this step coming in. We really like to add steps. There for a while is anything like, you know, 7'6", 8 foot wide, where we had a little bit of running board or no running board at all. We like to add the steps. Honestly, we started doing it even on these 6'10" wides. I mean, it's a pretty healthy step from the bottom of this door frame to the ground. So just by transitioning, it makes a world of difference, whether you're bringing items in or out, or you just moving in and out of the trailer itself. So what we're looking at here up in the gooseneck, one thing I want to point out is on a Cimarron, the neck standard is 8'2". A lot of other manufacturers are 7'6", 7'8". One is we get a lot more depth, a lot more storage in this. You can throw a mattress up here, some bed rolls, sleeping bags, anything like that. You've got the windows so you can see out, cross breeze. I like having the windows to be able to see out. I'd feel a little claustrophobic in here if I didn't have that, but opening up those windows makes a big difference. But then also on the length of this nose, if you're pulling with a long box truck, you know, you can drop your tailgate and you can actually still walk behind the tailgate and then the gooseneck drop wall. You have that space, so it does make a big difference there. This tray over to the right is going to be for our plexiglass in our stock sides. I'll show that here in a minute, but that's a great place for it to store. It's out of the way, it's secure. We're not just throwing them up here on the deck and then other items get thrown on top of them, breaking those plexiglass pieces. A good thing to keep in there is a roll of like painter's tape or masking tape, something that's not going to leave a real sticky residue, and a Sharpie. On this trailer, it's not as big of a deal, but we are dealing with different pieces and different lengths because this is on a slant wall. And we're dealing with an escape door on driver's side. So when we pull out passenger side upper, just tape them together and ride it, set it in there. Do the same for the lower, do the same on driver's side, because believe me, it'll save a lot of hassle. This doesn't have a lot of plexiglass, but I guarantee you, if you didn't know where the pieces went and I said, hey, go put plexiglass in that trailer, it would probably take you a good 20 minutes. Not even kidding. I mean, it's like a puzzle, and you gotta, oh wait, this piece is too long, or I'm too short here, and that's on the other side, and you're swapping them around. It saves a lot of headache by just keeping them organized, and by having that tray, again, organization and a place for it to live, storage is a nice feature to have. Behind me is a shelf with a clothes rod. So again, 3.5 foot short wall. So it sets in that short wall, tapers, matches the partition wall angle, but it's great to be able to throw some items up here. It has a ledge to it and some rubber up top, so it'll hold items. They're not going to shift. You can throw hat cans, those type of items up there, and then you've got your clothes rod, so you can just hang some clothes. Things are more organized. You can step in here, change clothes if you need to. Again, if you're spending a night or two in here, you've got some nice things like this for organization, just keeping things out of the way. So we did a partial boot box. It's about a 4-footer there. This is a 12-inch. Just kind of, again, keeping things organized, putting some smaller items in there. But the other thing too is it works as a great step hopping up into the gooseneck area. Now, if you wanted a little bit more front tack space in this, if we were going to build you one and we wanted to put a little length in here, we could actually run this all the way across. We could make it an 18-inch, a lot of different options there. But we wanted this opening, this door opening, to be open, so you have the ability to get in and out and not have to kind of trip over anything. That's why we just went partial across. Then you've got some hooks, carpet behind them, so we're not actually having items shift and kind of sway back and forth as we're driving against this aluminum, scuffing up your bits, anything like that. And it also will deaden some of the noise for the horses on the other side. But these are aluminum powder coated, so they're really, really stout. They're a lot deeper, a lot wider. I give Cimarron credit. They've actually built these, redesigned them over the years, but aluminum and powder coated, boy, it makes a big difference on the strength of them as well. And one of the last things you're going to have is a corner water tank. So it's a 25-gallon, just gravity feed water tank. Fill at the top. Just get you a little hose. That comes with a little hose. Just get you a ball valve and you can run it out and fill your buckets outside. But it's nice to be able to carry water on board as you're traveling in summer months, traffic. Maybe you're waiting in lines. Maybe you have a horse that just prefers water from home. Hydrants a long ways away from the trailer. It's nice to be able to carry 25 gallons of water with you on board. And it fits really well behind that saddle rack and in that corner. High Country Plastics has done a good job designing that to fit there. Our parts department does sell those. We can install them in trailers as well. And then the last thing is you're gonna have an LED light coming in and a light switch right at the door frame when you come in, but it puts out a lot of light for you in that tack room. And then I'll go ahead and shut this door so you can see. Fold up step, it's on a gas shock, but there's that silver that I was telling you about. And on the marker lights, they've gone standard last year to the button lights. Not a big power draw, but they do put out a lot of light. Speaking of lights, you're gonna have a 16-inch awning light per side. So one on each side, kind of in the middle of our kind of stall area and where we're gonna, actually tie up, whether we're saddling, unsaddling, right here at the side of the trailer. You've got a couple hooks. You got 2 per side. We can go in and add more tie rings if you'd like. All we need is just the upright posts. We can install them right there. And then there's a good look at that plexiglass I was telling you about. So again, it's a fogged, so it's a tinted plexiglass. So again, as it's not clear, so if the sun's hitting it, it will kind of protect whatever animals you have in there, keeping a little bit cooler if possible. 2 6,000-pound rubber torsion Dexter axles, 16-inch wheels, the black and silver I think it ties in really well with what we're looking at. Aluminum, silver, the silver metallic, and then the plexiglass a little bit darker, so I think that looks really good. And these are a Goodyear 10 ply. You'll notice the green tab, they're nitrogen filled. You can put air to them, perfectly fine, but you're not getting the benefits of nitrogen. Nitrogen won't allow PSI levels to fluctuate as drastically as air, just by a couple pounds. So this morning, cool here in Colorado, will be over 90. So big temperature swings, especially when you're traveling in the summer months. That's what causes blowouts. So with that being said, again, you have that no questions asked warranty on these tires. If you have a blowout, catch road debris, catch a nail, can't be patched, you get some pictures, you get some codes, you send it to Lion's Head, and they'll get you a new tire. So really nice that they stand behind you there. And then on these fenders, these wheel wells on the outside here, these are bolt-on, so they're not weld-on. So a lot simpler if we do have an issue where we tear one up. It's gonna save on labor because we don't have to cut off a weld-on and then re-weld one on. It's literally a bolt-on, so it saves quite a bit of time there. And then we have electric brakes on this as well. You know, most of these trucks all come with new integrated brake controllers, but if you don't have one, you know, we're gonna have to get you an aftermarket brake controller in order to operate the brakes. Now, as we get to the back here, you're gonna notice single gate. It has plexiglass, the 2 air gaps as well. I like the plexiglass or sealing up these back stock trailers, because if you live down dirt roads, you know what happens at the back of your vehicle, whether it's a car, a truck. You go to the back of it and your back bumper is covered in dust. And why that is it swirls at the back of vehicles. And then trailers, it actually wants to suck in. Well, we don't want our animals breathing in dirt as we're traveling down the road. For respiratory purposes, we want to try to keep that out. So keeping those sealed up or having that plexiglass in the back will minimize, you know, how much actually gets pulled into the trailer itself. So I do like that feature from that standpoint if we just make it solid. But on this plexiglass, I really like that. 8-inch awning light at the back here. So again, we have awning lights, load lights on each side and the rear. They're on individual switches as well. So I can turn one on, all three, 2 of them, whatever sequence you want. And then you're gonna have some LED lights in the stall area as well. There's 2 of those. Again, they're LED lights. And again, they're on their own switch. Now, this is why these trailers are so popular. I mean, look at this. You want to haul some livestock, you want to haul some horses, you want to haul some toys, you've got the capability in this type of a trailer. Maybe you need a rear ramp. A rear ramp can be added to this. We just remove the rubber bumper and it goes on and then folds. You'll shut the gate and then it folds up over that. Now, since this is silver, you know, it takes just a little bit more lead time, a couple extra weeks just to get those ramps in because it's a special color. Majority of our trailers are white, so we carry those white ones on here, you know, here at the store. So those are available. But if you wanted to, we could go ahead and do that. Maybe a hay rack too. Those type of items we can add to any of these trailers after the fact here. So you've got kick mats here on passenger side and then on the partition wall, the slant wall itself, protecting that. Then you've got your center cut gate. It's got a slam latch on it. The nice thing is this very front stall area, if I measure from the gate to that partition wall, straight across there, it's 6'6". So why 6'6"? Because our stall areas on our slant loads, those drop windows are 39 inches. 2 of those equals 6'6". 2 horses very comfortably can sit in this front stall area, even saddled. I mean, obviously if you got some big guys, you got to kind of watch that, but it does match on that slant wall, and it has the recessed paddle latch. So as you can see, it's really simple to slam in there, shut and secure, and then releasing it. This is a heavy UHMW plastic paddle latch, so we don't have metal to metal contact, creating a lot of noise and a lot of rattle in here. And then when I go to put it over against the wall, it just pins right in there and secures out of the way. And it also has a foot for it to rest on. We do recommend, look, if you're traveling and you have the capability to shut a gate or a divider, you always do it. You know, we don't have all that weight on the hinges. We're securing into the wall, so anytime we can, we like to have those shut. But again, a lot of flexibility in here by having that center gate. One of the other cool things is look, if I have plexiglass, I can't throw a lead rope around these upright posts. So if you look, there's a tie rail that runs this driver's side the full length, and it's between the air gaps, so you can easily throw a lead rope through here, even if you have the plexiglass left in the trailer itself. Now, I mentioned the floor a little bit ago. So we're standing on the best floor in today's market. It is a 12-inch extruded deck piece that locks in high and low, like tongue and groove, but it's on 4-inch centers. So wherever we have an animal standing on this, whether it's a horse, a cow, they're standing on a support beam. What happens is other manufacturers will take their support beams and spread them out. Well, as animals step in those kind of weak spots almost, you'll get those dips or those valleys in there, and that's where urine can collect and will create corrosion over time. So really, really strong, industry's best floor. They cap it off with an insulated roof. So every trailer comes with a standard insulated roof. So there's benefits to it. And the benefits are, one, it's really strong. We got hit with a hailstorm here in May. Our Cimarrons, the roofs didn't get touched, where our other manufacturers with aluminum sheeted roofs or used trailers all got beat up. So it'll take 150 pounds per square foot. I can walk on these roofs. I don't have to find roof bows as I'm walking on it. So again, really strong. It's a 1/2-inch thick honeycomb design. More importantly is what it does for the stall area as far as just temperature control. So it keeps it 20% cooler than aluminum sheeted roofs. So as we're traveling in these hot months, keeping animals comfortable and cool is really important. And with that roof, you get it. So I give them a lot of credit. I mean, they don't even skimp on, even if you want a little bumper pull cargo trailer, it's got the same roof as this. Our big trainer trailers, our big living quarters, all of them have this exact same roof that we're looking at right here. It's got a big cam latch. Goes over and secure. You can throw a padlock on there if you need to. And then again, all our light switches are right here, so we can just turn those on and off. Again, interior, exterior, different sides of the trailer from right there. There's that 16-inch awning light on driver's side. Again, couple hooks. We can go in and add more tie rings if you want. Even on the door, the escape door, it's got the tie rail on it. So again, it goes that full length, and you have this escape door. So you've got a chest bar that goes across it. That way, if you open it up, have a horse standing there, you know, it's gonna keep them secure in the actual stall area. But it's nice to have these escape doors in order to hop in and out of these trailers if need be. You can, same thing, throw a padlock on that one there. And then there's our silver metallic again. It's a really popular color. White, charcoal metallic, and silver are probably our most popular colors as far as these trailers in today's market. So this trailer is available today. I'm going to give you the stock number on it for reference. Again, it's a 2024 Cimarron Lonestar 20-foot stock combo. Stock number is 5N230396. We do take trade-ins. So if you're looking to upgrade, even downsize, maybe have living quarters, you need to get in just to a little stock combo, you don't need it anymore, we can help you out there. We have financing available for you, and then also delivery available, so we can deliver this to your doorstep if possible. So give us a call. Anybody in the sales team can help you out. That number is 303-684-3400. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a good day.